Hi, I'm Sarah,
Hi, I'm Alana. Welcome to A Pinch of English, A Dash of Morocco.
the official podcast of the American Language Center.
And today we're going to talk about perspective or outlook. And we're talking specifically about being an optimist, a pessimist, or a realist.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about them a little bit, Sarah?
Yeah, just I'm going to give a brief definition of the three. So, realists, they take things as they are.
Okay.
I mean, they expect negative and positive from a situation. And for the pessimist ones, they just see the negatives outcomes of a situation, which is totally the opposite for an optimist.
Okay.
They look at the brighter side.
Yeah.
So this is like just a
quick
overview, just the three, so we could have a definition for the three.
Yeah.
So,
and they often use the analogy or metaphor of the cup. So if you have
half empty, half full.
So if it's half full of water, an optimist would say, "Oh, it's half full," and a pessimist would say, "Oh no, it's half empty." So the idea, the optimist looks at the positive part of it, that there's water in the cup, and the pessimist would say, "Oh no, but it's not completely full; it's half empty." So that's the negative.
Yeah, but for a realist, they will say, "We have water in the cup."
Yeah,
so they think things as they are in reality.
Or I've seen recently, like if you're filling the cup with water, when it reaches a half point, you say, "Oh, it's half full." But if you start with a cup full of water and you drink half of it, you'd say it's half empty. So it's actually like where you started from, but that's the realistic way too.
Yes.
So you look at the situation. Yeah. Kind of.
So what type are you?
For me, I think almost everyone likes to think they are. And I definitely think I am. I'd like to say I'm a realist. I don't know. I like to say I'm a realist. I like to say I can see things
as they are. And you expect both I expect positive and negative.
Yeah, I think I'm better able to say, "Oh, this isn't going to go well," or "Yeah, this is fine. Like, we don't have any problems." So I think I'm better at predicting the outcome of something. But again, I don't know if that's just because I think like from having my background of like life being fine and not having anything majorly bad happen to, I think it's safe for me to say like, "Oh no, I'm rational. I'm on top of what's real. I'm seeing things as they are. I'm a logical person." But yeah, I do think I'm a realist.
You think?
Yeah. What about you?
I think I'm a realist. But sometimes I can't help but, because I need to be prepared. Yeah. I'm that kind of person that, okay, if, for example, yes, I do expect the good and the bad, because they're both, I mean, it's life. There are both. But I need to kind of be prepared if something bad happens, so I need to have a plan. Yeah. So that's mainly it. Yes, I expect both, but I need to be prepared for the worst. So I don't know. Is this
Sounds
realist?
Like a realist. Yeah.
Yes, but I need to have a plan B.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I do measure the risks, the requirements, everything. So my mind actually, it's working nonstop, which is exhausting sometimes.
Yeah. No, I know. But I was going to say, I think that's a realist, because what would happen is an pessimist would like look at all the possible bad things that could happen and just give up before even trying.
All right.
Right?
No, I'm not like this. No.
Because you're saying like, okay, I'm going to hope for that's what it's actually is saying, like, hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Yes,
and live. So it sounds like realist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like that mainly. So and I do take risks. Sometimes I take risks. I measure, but I still, because I feel like there is no guarantee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, because I don't know if it's like the background or something, but I believe that there is no guarantee in this life.
Yeah.
So that's why the need of to be prepared is always like, oh, be prepared. Okay, be prepared for the good things, but also be prepared for the bad things.
Yeah, or like, have a plan B.
Exactly.
Like you said.
Exactly.
Like you said. Yeah, that seems logical to me. It doesn't seem. I mean, the thing is, like, you often hear, like, kind of when we talk about pessimists or optimists and you learn about them, it's usually like really extreme. So like a pessimist would see like a possible challenge and give up before even trying. And the optimist would just do it no matter what. And I don't think most people, like for me, that's the two opposite extreme ends. And I think most people are in the middle.
And like, I think a realist is in between the two.
Yeah, it's like, you know, equally both. But I think to me that seems normal. It seems very realistic too.
But also there is, I mean, people, they say you should not worry about something which is not happening now.
Okay, yeah.
But I do, because, for example, I have this fear of the future, the unknown. I have that. So it's not happening now. So it's not real yet. So that's, you know, so I'm confused who I am. Who am I?
I still think you're a realist. I don't know, like, do you worry about like your personal future or like the fate of humanity?
Kind of both, but at first it's like my personal future, and then because it's related too. Yeah, it's connected. If the future of the humanity is affected, it will affect me at the end of the day. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much the same because I'm, you know, I have kids, so I'm often like, oh, they can go to school. You know, when they're older, maybe they'll go to school where I went to school or something. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's if like, you know, things still like exist where like, you know, if the whole system is still, like education system is still running. Yeah. So I do definitely have those thoughts too. Like every thought about the future, I'm like, if things are still functioning or like operating, you just, and I think maybe with the pandemic, I don't know if people.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that
have changed.
Yeah.
For me, it was before the pandemic. For me, it's like climate change has always made me wonder about the future. I don't know if I'm realist or pessimistic about it, but I'm not optimistic about climate change. Yeah. But I do wonder if the pandemic has also made people who are more optimistic a little less optimistic or a little more realistic.
I mean, for me, it did had like an impact. It increased the fear of the future. Yeah. And it was like, if I thought like there was no guarantee before, now I'm like
zero.
You know? So it did have like an impact. So I'm not gonna like deny that. So I don't know if I'm still realist or I'm starting to be a pessimist because I'm not optimistic about it. Yeah, that's sure.
Again, like I think being a realist means that if there's really no reason to be optimistic and you aren't optimistic, it means you're a realist. It doesn't make you a pessimist. Like if you see a tornado coming towards you and you think, is it pessimistic to go find a basement? No, that's realistic. That's realistic. So I mean, just like learning from what's happened is not necessary. It doesn't mean it's pushed you into being a pessimist. It just made you like understand realities. Things are less reliable than what we thought they were, or so I don't know. And let me ask you this, because do you ever get annoyed by these different people, like this people with these different outlooks? Does like someone who you would say, do you ever say, oh, that person's too optimistic, that person's too pessimistic, or that person's kind of cold, they seem too realistic?
Yeah, because they say the realistic ones, they like forget about emotions and imaginations, so they're like at the moment, so they don't really care about the emotions. So sometimes they can appear, as you said, cold. to be honest, I don't enjoy being around pessimist people. Because I don't know, the environment around them, it's so gloomy, and then because I absorb the energy, I think I just become like them. And I mean, we're humans and we're fragile, and sometimes we have like moments like this. So for example, when it happens to me, I prefer not to be in contact with people, so I don't like give you that energy. So I'm keeping it for myself until I'm like okay and fine and ready to face the world, then I'm out there. So I don't like to kind of spread that kind of energy. So definitely I don't like to be around pessimist people, and especially the ones who tries to be always the victim and play the role of the victim, and everyone is just conspiring against them, and I don't like that.
Oh, it's frustrating.
I don't like that.
It's frustrating. I had a friend in grad school, like my best friend in grad school. She would like, she chose like a really tough thesis topic, and it was, but she chose it, and then she would come to me, and I was working on a really easy one, and she would say like, oh, it's so hard, I can't even get started, and just kind of sit there. And I tried to talk her out of it. And she just, it took her months. I graduated before she even like started her project. And it was just like, well, change your topic.
Do something.
No, it's just like, if it's that hard, just change your topic. She's like, no, I already submitted my proposal. And I'm like, but they'll let you change it. Like, it's better than sitting here thinking you can't do anything about it. And I graduated way before her because it was very frustrating to watch her do that. And I'd spend hours of my time, like when I should have been working, just trying to talk her out of this like hole she dug herself in. And she just never get out. I don't know if she stuck with the topic in the end or not. And then she'd start like attacking my subject. And it's like, come on, like, don't do that. I'm trying to help you. Yeah,
that's also the problem with the
pessimism.
I mean, that type of personalities or how they perceive life, or their perspective of life, is that even when you try to help them and just get them out of there, because they're so surrendering to that, they don't like they don't respond to they're holding to that. I'm here I'm trying to help you, just follow me, get up. They don't, because they think it's like they're not responsible of anything. It's all from the outside, and I don't have anything to do, and I can't do anything. No, you can.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a big part of pessimism is pessimistic is not like accepting responsibility, not acknowledging that, yes, you can control your situation. Very frustrating. And I have to say, the same friend, like years later, I visited her and she had gotten a job. She was working and she was having trouble with her boss. And I was visiting the US from Morocco. So I was staying with my mom, and my mom was a high school teacher who's used to dealing with students, teenagers with problems. So she's very like comforting. She knows how to talk to people. And it ended up with this friend just sitting on my mom's couch, just like kind of like this, and my mom trying to help her. And by that point, I just had to say to my mom, I was like, nothing's going to work at this point. Like it's kind of like nothing you say will help. And it's really hard with people who do that, and they come to you and they want to complain. They want you to, you think they're asking for help, but it's like more just they're convincing themselves that they're the victim.
And when if they're talking to you, you need to kind of approve everything they're saying. I mean, if they say, oh, someone did this to me and did this to me and I didn't do anything, you have to say, oh yes, you're right. They need that confirmation from people around them.
They won't listen if you disagree.
If you disagree, they will just stop talking. Exactly.
True. It's really true.
And also something with optimistic people, like always seeing the positive things and everything is gonna be positive, because sometimes because I know it's not going to be positive all the time.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me I'll be positive all the time. It's not it's not logical. We have the positive and negative, the good and bad, so we're expecting both. So when I'm around someone who's positive all the time, it's for me like it's not logical. It's not real. Are you living with us? I feel like that too. I think it's about the balance. You don't have to go to the like dark side, and also you don't have to kind of ignore the reality and ignore the environment and ignore what's happening around you too. So for me, I guess, and that's why I think realist, it's in between. It's because you're aware for both. You're prepared for both. If something bad happens, you can try to find a solution. If something good, you enjoy it. So I guess that's the balance that someone needs in their lives. I guess so.
I had someone, someone who worked with like high school students, explain it like life is like the ocean. You have waves that go up and you have waves that go down. And you can't, like, if you're going to fully enjoy life, you have to acknowledge all parts of life.
Of course.
And again, if you're in a low spot, you have to like accept, like appreciate the fact that it's probably going to go back up again. And if you're in a high spot, you can't expect everything to always be high.
Yes.
You have to kind of, like you said, prepare, have a plan B for it going back down again. I also find people who are too optimistic really annoying. And they actually have this term, toxic positivity.
Yes.
And so it's like, if you have something bad happen to you and you really need to like cry and talk to a friend, and then you have someone come and they're like, oh, it could always be worse. You still have your house. It's actually kind of bad because it's ignoring how you're feeling.
Yes. And also the constant pressure that you need to be positive, it's annoying to me sometimes, because sometimes I need to hide or be in denial. Because I need to be positive and look positive and sound positive. No, if I have something going on, I need to have that moment to live it, get it out, and move on. But I need to have that moment. You can't tell me not to have the moment.
Always smile.
So for me, I need to kind of, it has to get out. Express it. And when I say express it, I don't actually, as a person, I don't complain a lot. So if, for example, I complain, that means it's like, it's
really
to
bad.
Hear. So, and mainly when I have stuff like this, it's by myself. Having that moment by myself, so I don't spread negative energy to other people, because they had nothing to do with it. So it's mainly me trying to get myself out of there.
Okay.
So
so you kind of go through it alone, but you isolate, like take time out to like deal with it. But you can't like be out there being positive all the time. You mean?
And also I don't take too much time being in the dark too, because if you take too much time, you'll just stay there.
You'll find more reasons.
To stay there. So I just but I need to acknowledge, like, it happened, it's there. Okay. Let me feel that moment, and then let's move on. Life is still going on. Let's move on. So this is how I mean, it could be right, it could be wrong, but this is how I see things.
At least you process. Because you say, you can't like just be in denial all the time. And a lot of people do this. They like squash down their emotions because they're always told to like always be positive and stuff. And I think later it comes out in bad ways.
Because you have that all that
anger or something.
And everything you add up, and one time you're like, boom. So it's not going to end up, good.
And people won't understand when it goes boom. It'll be like
over something small.
It'll be it won't add up to what set you off. So people won't understand you then. So you need to deal with it before.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, I have this, I don't know if in some ways I am a bit of a pessimist, because like right now my life is going great. So I have this feeling like something bad's going to happen.
Oh my God, why?
Just like it can't always be good. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not like, out here like, winning every, it's not like I'm winning, but, I haven't had like tragedy. Again, I want to knock on wood. Talking about our superstition, from our superstition episode. Like, I look at other people and like, wow, I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's this, in American English, we have this saying like, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it's kind of like things look really good. So we have this expectation that it's something bad will happen because it can't all be that good. And it's just been like, I don't know, like, I don't want to like say everything's, it's not like, again, like I said, it's not like I'm winning awards or like, on top of the world. But again, like I've kind of avoided tragedy. And I'm like, and I see other people going through tragedy, with the Ukraine and just in general.
Yeah.
And it's like, it can't always be okay, can it? Is that pessimism? Is that pessimism if you worry that like you just like, why wouldn't you have some tragedy too? Or I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does.
It is kind of pessimistic though, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Ish, like just a little I have this, and I said it before, I have this fear of the future and it's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to
process?
Not process it, even deal with it.
Yeah.
Because logically, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is like 50-50 chance that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So why am I like worried? And so it's, I'm kind of pessimist too in that kind of area.
At least it's for you 50-50.
And for you?
I don't know. It's not like thought out, it's just that feeling like waiting for like, and if it happens, it'll be like horrible. It's also be like, yep, this is what, it's horrible, right?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. And I think also they can say that what you think or what you attract what you think.
Yeah, so I need to stop.
So maybe you need to stop. I need to stop too.
No, I think you're more realistic in that, like, there's another saying that's like, prepare for the future, live in the present, remember the past. Or remember the past, prepare for the future, live in the present. So it's almost like you're preparing.
But it takes from the present moment. Yeah. It does, because I'm thinking about something not happening.
And there's no like proof that's going to happen.
Yeah. So it takes from now, from the moment. So I guess I'm also
slightly pessimistic.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because once I feel like, I'm aware, this is not happening. This isn't. So why I'm worried? I should not be worried.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is no need to feel that way. Because
don't actually worry.
Yeah.
Just prepare.
For what? I don't know. Even to prepare for what?
Yeah. That's kind of me too, isn't it?
So it's like I'm prepared for something I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I guess just get all your strengths, try to be as much of control as you can of your life or health. Like you said, you're cutting out sugar. That's a start. Yeah.
And always, as Moroccans, we always say like you need to be prepared for like bad days and bad times.
Yeah.
So we are kind of growing up with that thought, like there are like bad days, so you need to be prepared.
Yeah, they say in English when we talk about money, you say you save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
So you should always have some extra money in case something there's an emergency.
Yes.
So
yeah, there's also that. So it is. I don't know. It is.
Yeah.
It's confusing. It's
I say it is what it is. With a lot of people hate that saying, but it's very, very realistic, isn't it? If you're a realist, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because again, like I was talking about the extreme definition of an optimist, but I think they do talk about how optimists, they are able to identify a problem and then find a solution for it.
The optimist
ones. So it's not like they're completely blind and innocent and naive. Like because they say a lot of successful people are optimists, and it's not because they're like, oh, life is great all the time, blah, blah, blah. It's that they're able to say like, oh, this is going to be a problem. And a pessimist would be like, you know, give up, lie on the floor and stop if they see a problem coming up. But a optimist would be like, this is going to be a problem, but I have the tools, I have the knowledge to overcome it. So I think maybe you're actually kind of an optimist. I don't know, like if preparing for this unknown in the future, at least if you feel like you're capable of preparing for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I am prepared, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So will I be prepared? I don't know.
That could be optimism. I mean, yeah, it sounds realistic in a good way.
Yeah. So I'm living the reality of things, and also, as I said, it increased after the pandemic, and I think a lot of people would share the same opinion on this one, because it did show us that there is no guarantee, and everything can change in a blink of an eye, and it just increased the fear level, the anxiety level. It did that. So I guess it's also because of that, because I was not like that before the pandemic.
It's probably healthy.
Really?
I think it's probably better. Be prepared.
I mean, it's good, but you just have to find the balance so you could
enjoy
life. The present moment, and then if you want to be prepared, okay, be prepared for the unknown, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So because sometimes it could be exhausting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, worry and anxiety, that's exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting, and it could lead to other stuff. So it's just it's all about the balance.
Yeah, exactly.
If we just talk and then we go to the fact that we need to have that balance and be prepared for both. Actually, I should say to myself, oh, bad thing could happen, and also good thing could happen in the future. So which is logical. Like there's, as I said, like that 50-50 chance of things to happen.
So again, don't worry about the future. Enjoy the present. Prepare for the future. Don't worry about it. Live in the present. Yeah.
I like that.
So be prepared.
Yeah. So if I wanted to ask you, what type of personalities do you avoid, you don't like to be around?
I won't say optimistic, but that toxic positivity. Like, again, if people just ignore your problems and kind of like say, oh, it's not a problem, it could be worse, or people having a worse day. That's not nice. And also that what I described to my friend from the past, that really pessimists can't even like continue, get themselves out of the hole they dug themselves into. That's, I think, just like that frustrating. So I prefer, in the middle. Optimistic is nice, but that's it. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, what can I say? It's, for people to tell you, you should not, express or feel what you're going through. It's also extreme, just to be kind of, you need to be positive all the time. So that's also exhausting. Also, like the being pessimist too. So it's because it's extreme. So if you avoid the extremes,
you're fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah. So I guess we
talked about it pretty extensively.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. We look forward to next time seeing you guys, or you seeing us, and talking with
Thank you, and see you. Thanks. Bye.